I would invite Mr. Samir Sharma, Vice President and Head Transport Planning, Delhi Integrated Multimodal Transport System, to come and give his views on building intelligent transport for smart cities.
All of you. Let me first introduce myself. I'm belonging to this company called DIMTS. It's a joint venture company of Delhi government and IDFC Foundation. IDFC, you must be knowing, is one of the leading bank of the country. And this company was set up to provide very specialized kind of services in urban transport sector. And we are working in various cities and various countries, and we are doing a lot of work actually which are probably relevant to you in the smart city perspective. So I'm going to take you through all the work which we are doing, and before that I'll just put the things in perspective. The transportation sector, if we really see what we mean by the smart, there are three important parameters which we consider. That the transport system should be safe. So we are talking about the zero accidents, how we really move towards achieving this minimum accident regime. The kind of journeys which we are making in our urban cities or urban centers, we should make in a most quick manner, or the delays which are appearing should be reduced to the zero to the extent possible, and the transport system should be environment friendly. If we really look into these three important parameter and work towards that, then what emerges is through various experiences that you need a very different type of public transport system which is very intelligent, smart. We really need some kind of various modes or alternate modes. You need a very important traffic management, demand management, and also the transport infrastructure. So if you really see how we are planning our cities, the traditional concept has been that we are planning our cities based on private vehicle concept. So we are widening our roads, or if you really see a typical street of a city, you'll find the spaces are only allocated to the cars or two-wheelers. There's hardly any spaces allocated to the pedestrians, non-motorized vehicles, IPT, we call it auto rickshaws, cycle rickshaws. So our traditional approach has been that we are just planning our cities or our transport system based on the one particular mode, which is car or two-wheeler. The new approach, which we call it more smart approach or balanced approach, it talks about moving the people rather than vehicle. And this is also evident from our national urban transport policy, where it says that plan for the people, not for the vehicles. So the smart transportation start with planning for the people. When we start talking about the people, then the multimodality comes into picture. So we have to plan for public transport, we have to plan for the taxis, auto rickshaws, non-motorized vehicles, bicycles and everything. And also the important factor is that we have to integrate these systems. So once we start integrating and they start speaking to each other, they create a particular efficiency in the system. So whatever system and infrastructure we have to really efficiently utilize it. That is the traditional concept based on which the entire thinking on the smart transportation revolves. And it can be related to the IT, or it may not be related to IT. It is irrespective actually, if you really see the concept. For example, if I say that I want to reduce my journey from my house to the work, there are two ways of doing it. I make my roads faster. Another way is that I bring my house very close to the workplace. In both ways, I am reducing my journey between two places or two nodes. Now, in both ways, in one way you can use the IT, on another way you can really integrate the land use and transport system. The user is not actually thinking that what methods you are using. He's really intended to get the end benefit. So in smart transportation approach, what we are trying to say is that the ITS is not entirely the smart transportation. It is one of the tools. And each city may not require ITS to become the smart in their own perspective. So while the smaller cities may require a different kind of solutions, the larger city may require different kind of solution. Some of the work which we are doing in Delhi, for example, I'm just going to share with you. And many of these are relevant to each of the cities which are actually going to bid for the smart city or already won this particular thing. So this is one map which we created almost 7-8 years back before the planning of Delhi Metro. This is an integrated map which was created through large number of travel surveys in the city, and this created an integrated transportation system platform. Where should be the metro? Where should be the bus rapid transit system? Where should be the interchange points in the city? All that was actually looked through an integrated planning process, and that is what we recommend to each of the cities, that if you really plan a particular system in an isolated manner, then probably the entire benefit of that is not going to come. So look the city with the overall perspective, the strategic perspective, and the entire Delhi Metro network was derived through this process, that which are the corridors. So the corridors are decided based on where the population centers are coming, where the employment centers are coming, where the malls are coming, and various nodes and all. And this was done through various tools and various scientific methods, and we decided this. Once we decided the metro network, the metro carries something like 25 lakh trips in Delhi. But the bigger challenge was that to plan the bus network. And in bus network, bus in Delhi carries something like 45 lakhs people every day. And that was bigger challenge actually. And if you really see this, this image, on the left hand side you find this blue line buses, which were very, famous for killing the people. It one point of time used to be called the killer line. And the problem was that the government used to allocate the routes to these individual operators, and the entire revenue risk of these buses used to be with the operator. And these operators used to run these buses with a high level of unreliability. I mean, only they'll run in the peak hour, highly crowded condition, they'll misbehave with the people, there's no timings actually to start or end the services. So Delhi government decided that we change this system, and they asked us to actually devise a scheme where we decided on the right hand side you see the orange bus. This is called cluster bus. This cluster bus scheme was actually devised by us in 2009 after doing a lot of study of the various things, where the entire Delhi was divided into 17 clusters. And what we did is that we wanted to have this PPP partnership with the private sector. So we said the private contractor will bring the bus and the driver, and he will be paid through a per kilometer thing. He will be he's not bothered about how many passengers are riding on the bus. So the task or the objective of this thing was that we really divide the whole operation in two parts. So the contractor is just bringing the bus and the driver, and the revenue is collected by the government. So the revenue is collected on behalf of the government by us. That was the first thing, in which the driver is now have no reason to rush. They used to do over speeding, or they used to do overcrowding. All that actually now we provide them a unified timetable, and they have to just run their bus as per the timetable given. So the change was that the focus earlier was on the revenue collection from the private contractor side, that was changed to the public service delivery. That a timetable is given. In the peak hour there will be 5-minute frequency, off peak hours there will be 10-minute frequency, late hours this frequency. That frequency has to be ensured, and the accessibility to the public has to be given. So that was the first change happened in this. The second important change in this scheme was that this was heavily dependent on key performance parameter. So the operator which is running the bus actually has a large number of bonuses and penalties. If he starts the bus, he delays the bus, then he is penalized. If he is not stopping at the right bus stop, he's penalized. If he's actually detouring from his route, then he's penalized. If he's misbehaving, we have a mystery traveler. So one of our officers will go as a traveler, and he'll go and see the even behavior, whether he's dressed it or not dressed it, properly talking or not, and he's penalized based on that. So the entire scheme was heavily dependent on key performance parameter on which the entire public service delivery was dependent. And how the monitoring was done. So the government asked us to monitor this entire scheme. And we have heavily loaded this entire bus system. Right now we are running something like 1,500 buses under this scheme. All the buses are GPS enabled. All the buses are electronic ticketing system, and they are passenger information system integrated with this. So what we did is we actually connected all the system through our operational control center, where if he is starting at a particular time, the GPS record, the route GPS record, and everything is actually automatically connected through a bus management system, which we in-house develop. This bus management system very transparently work out the penalties and bonuses. If he's doing well, he gets the bonuses also. And then he's paid either the amount which is cut due to the penalty, or he's paid the extra amount based on this. And this really enhanced the service delivery, public service delivery. And if you compare the parameters of this, I mean, we are able to achieve a very high efficiency parameter and public or user satisfaction. We are right now carrying something like 12 lakhs passengers every day in this system. And government is thinking to extend this scheme to something like 6,000 buses in next 2 years. So that was the first experiment which was done by us, and then we are successfully actually running or managing this particular thing. The second one is that we have also with the NDMC and South Municipal Corporation, modernizes the parking management of these areas. So what we did is this photograph, if you see, any of you going to the Connaught Place, you will find that the people managing this parking system are from my company. These are the lots which are again put in a lot of technology. So we have a boom barrier, we have a CCTV, we have a passenger information system, and all electronic ticketing machine, and all this is on a real time connected to our control center. So from the operator side, we get a lot of data, what is happening in which parking lot. On the user side, we have a app available, mobile app available. You can see the availability of the parking lot on the mobile app. In fact, we are now going to launch in few months time the space reservation and payment through app also. So for the users, actually earlier he has to really travel through each area to find out where the space is. Now he can really see where the availability is there, and then he can just go there and then park his vehicle. And especially in this crowded and peak hour situation, it saves a lot of actually fuel and creates a lot of environment efficiency as well. So we modernize something like more than 100 lots in Delhi and connected to the control center. Another experiment or the project which we did is in Surat and Ahmedabad. There we have done a traffic signal project where we have actually modernized the entire signaling system. So in Ahmedabad, 176 junctions and Surat, 52 junctions. And what we have done is these are vehicle actuated signals which sense through the cameras the vehicle presence in the junction. And what happens is if there is no vehicle on the particular arm, it actually automatically work out the green time and optimizes the delay on the junction. And all these are connected through again control center. So if there's out of 50 to 20 junctions signals are not functioning, on a real-time basis, the operator would know and he'll dispatch the teams there. And so if you really see globally, 30% of your traffic delays or congestion points are due to the non-functioning of the signals. If in your cities, if there are signals, then this is the thing actually you should immediately do as part of your smart city project, because this will reduce 25 to 30% of the delay in the network. And we have actually done it, and we are managing this also. So this is not an entirely installation project. In all these things, we are managing the entire contract for 3 years or 5 years and helping the corporations and the agencies to modernize their system and develop it further and further. Another work which we have done and very recently is in Noida, where we have actually installed an incident management system, where it is an automatic system where at 12 locations this cameras are put in, which are having a image processing software. So what happens is, if there is a fire or accident or a vehicle moving in wrong direction, various things automatically the camera captures, do the image processing and send the alert to the control center. And that through that alert, actually your emergency team is diverted to that particular spot, and that there is a variable message sign which will actually show that there is a problem here, please avoid this particular road and all. So you can really develop on a critical locations where the congestion is really happening multiple times. At those positions, these cameras with the image processing software are very, very relevant, which can really reduce the delays and provide a lot of information to the users. This again we have actually installed and is running very efficiently in Noida. We have done one more thing, is that we are right now something like 1 lakh vehicle we are tracking in Delhi. So 90,000 auto rickshaws we have put in the GPS, and there's a panic button in this. And this whole data is coming to our control center, and then we are giving it back to the user. So for user, what is happening is we have provided an app called Pucho. In that, if you really click this particular app, then it shows all the auto rickshaws within 300 meters with their phone numbers. You can just click that phone number and call them to your house. You can negotiate the price with them. So all these auto rickshaws actually are connected through our system. You can find out whether he has taken through the right route, whether the fare was correct, and all these applications are actually available. And we are actually giving this service free of cost to the users based on the information collected. The data actually from the GPS is also used for identify the congestion mapping. So you might have used the Google Maps, and you'll ask that how it is different from the Google Map. Google Maps actually uses the historical data. So if you'll use it 10 times, you'll find 5 times actually it is not correct, because they use the historical data. Based on that they predicted. This is a real-time data. We get 1 lakh vehicles GPS track every 10 seconds, and this actually through algorithms we work out these alerts where the congestion is. So this can't fail, whereas the Google, the probability of getting the right one may be 70%, 60%, sometimes 50%. So this is also we are providing free of cost to the user, and these are the smart solution for the traffic management actually, which can be built by any city, and these are already running from last 2-3 years in our system, and any of you interested can really come to our office and see this. So all of these systems we have connected to a control center. This is a photograph of our control center where there are video walls and everything. So the bus system, all GPS are connected, the parking system connected, the signals, CCTV, congestion, auto rickshaws, taxis, everything is connected to our control center, and then we do the data analytics of this. The large data analytics is done, and then based on that lot of, so for example, some of the bus routes when we started, they were earning 5,000 rupees per day. But when we did the data analytics, we see the patterns of different routes, different segments, we started rerouting them, and then the 5,000 became per day 8,000 rupees, because we started optimizing the services and frequencies based on this particular data which we are getting on real-time basis. So we started using this information for really improving the efficiency of the operation through our control center, and this we are running from last 5 years. So any of the city interested can come and then have a lot of discussion on any of these elements which we are working. We have an app, we have several apps, but we have an app called Pucho. Anybody interested in transportation should download it. It is a free download from the Google Play Store. And this app actually integrates all this information I showed you. It gives you a parking information. You are in Delhi, you can see the parking availability. If you want to use the bus, you can see the seat availability in the particular bus. You can know the expected time of arrival. You can really see that where your bus is on the map itself. You can call the auto rickshaw, you can call the taxi, you can do the car share. There are multiple actually things are put in a single app which you can utilize in this, and at least you can explore it for the reason of or sake of your city to develop this. So this is all about the IT thing. We are also doing some infrastructure projects. So the Delhi government is now also revamping their transportation infrastructure. So 1,200 kilometers of the major roads, we are actually redesigning it. All these roads over the years are designed based on the highways. All highway engineers design, so they only know that the cars are going to run on this. Now they they are being designed based on the street design guidelines, which will have the streetscaping, which will have the landscaping, which will have the public plazas, which will have the wide footpaths and all that. And around 200 kilometers are already actually awarded for the design, and rest are actually will be done in the future. So this is all I just wanted to kind of share with you. Any of you having any questions can connect with me, maybe offline. Thank you very much, and thank you for the organizers, GSIDC and Elets, for having me here and giving me this opportunity. Thank you.